Season's greetings from Haps Trees. I'm a Christmas tree grower from a little town called Nashcoro, Wisconsin. We harvest about 30,000 trees a year. The movie that you're about to see here is very environmental friendly and has a lot of facts about growing Christmas trees. And you will see that trees are environmentally friendly and very, very good for the environment at that age. You will also see that people around the United States that were big growers 30 years ago are talking the same message, go green. This was 30 years ago. Now let's sit back and watch the movie.
Wow, well, when I was in college, I was majoring in real estate and finance. I had a friend of mine up in this area. He came up with this idea that would I try to sell some Christmas trees for him retail. Up to that point, all I ever knew about a Christmas tree was decorating it.
Beautiful, gorgeous. Well, we came all the way from Queens and from uptown just to see this.
We've only been raising trees for about 20 years. I can remember this because our first grandchild was born the year we started planting trees. And it has worked in so well as a family business, and we just love it.
I go every year, and it looks the prettiest, though, of all the years, though, for some reason. It has prettier lights.
No, it has more lights.
It has more lights.
Yes, it's a lot of work, but during this time of year when you start selling, it's a little bit fun.
Oh, the tree's beautiful. The tree's really, the most beautiful tree I've ever seen.
It has its beauty, its fragrance, and a freshness and a smell that you cannot duplicate. And there's still something to be said for the natural tree and tying in with tradition. And there's something about a tree that's so real that it brings out the good things in people.
I think it's really a phenomenal sight.
The Christmas tree, an enduring symbol of hope and life that has evolved through the centuries with the roots of its heritage in both the secular and the religious, the primitive and the civilized. The Christmas tree reflects our most basic midwinter yearnings. It is evergreen. It is alive. It brings fragrant promise that the sun, the thaw, and the new growth of springtime will return. The real Christmas tree is a cheerful subject. Most of us think only of the end of the Christmas tree story, the joyful moment when the green tree is brought into the home to be decorated and to be used as the glittering center of the family holiday celebration. But the full story of the Christmas tree starts many years before that moment. Just as the custom itself has changed over many centuries, so the tree itself has been carefully planted and nurtured and shaped and groomed over many years for the specific purpose of being a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is a symbol that came to us from many sources. Egyptians brought green palm branches into their December homes to symbolize that growth continues. The Romans decorated evergreen trees as part of their celebrations. The Druids made living trees a part of their winter celebrations of hope for spring. Our modern Christmas tree customs probably originated in Germany about 400 years ago and have spread since to every part of the world and into many kinds of midwinter celebration. Let's take a journey around the United States to see where and how Christmas trees are grown and meet some of the people who grow Christmas trees. There are several different kinds of Christmas trees grown in many parts of the United States and Canada. And every tree farmer must develop a system that works for his particular location, the size of his farm, and the type of trees that he grows. The Christmas tree is a farm crop. It is planted and grown for the specific purpose of being a Christmas tree. First, seeds are taken from the cones of superior quality trees that have been selected for their beauty, durability, and growth rate. The seeds are planted in nurseries where they grow for about 2 years. Seedlings are frequently transplanted into other beds where they will be carefully nurtured for another year or two. The seedlings are then taken to farms where they are set out for their closely supervised maturing years. It takes from 5 to 16 years for the tree to reach its time for the market. This varies according to the type of tree and area of the nation. During this well-supervised growth, the trees are pruned and shaped from 1 to 3 times a year. Trained workers trim the tree by controlling its growth. This makes it grow into a pleasing shape with thick and bushy branches. When harvest time arrives in late fall, the growers go through the fields and tag the trees that are ready. Usually, only part of a field is harvested. It often takes from 3 to 5 years to clear a field. The tagged trees are then cut. And sometimes the customers come right to the field, choosing and cutting their own personal selection. But for those that will be shipped, workers bring the cut trees to the roadways for pickup. The trees are then gathered into collecting yards, sometimes by field trucks, sometimes by helicopter. The trees are bundled in a variety of ways by several types of bundling devices. During this process, the trees are also sized and graded. Consumer tags are often placed on the tree so the buyer can tell the tree's size, quality, and place of origin. This segment of the process can be as small and as personal as the family farm, or it can be a big operation, complete with conveyor belts and a large staff of workers. Eventually, the trees are loaded onto trucks of various sizes or onto railway cars and sent off by highway or by rail to distant markets. Sometimes even the shipment is by freighter across the sea to Hawaii and distant parts of the world. And that is only a very brief summary of a process that takes many years and much labor to accomplish. So let's take that journey now and find out more of the story by meeting some of the people and visiting some of the places that are involved in growing and selling Christmas trees. You might want to follow along on a map. It will help you understand that the regional climate and the quality of the soil have a lot to do with what kind of trees are grown and at what ages they're harvested.
My name is Hal Schudel, and I'm a partner of Holiday Tree Farm. We're in Benton County, Oregon, a county that grows a lot of cultured plantation trees. We have about 2,500 acres in growing in trees. We market and ship approximately 400 to 500,000 trees a year on a sustained basis. On our tree farms here, we are growing primarily Douglas fir. A second species of importance is noble fir, which grows on the higher grounds, well drained. You take the combination of soils and temperature and moisture we have here, produces excellent trees in a relatively short period of time. So this is the primary reason Western Oregon is such a favorite Christmas tree producing area.
Okay, I'm Arden Pierce, and my title is a production manager for Douglas Fir Christmas Tree Company. And in this particular area here, it's primarily our bale trees, which consist of trees that are not sheared. We raise our trees from the large seed trees that are in the area, the parent trees. From that, we're able to have trees that we do not have to plant. All we do is let them come up through the brush and whatever's on the ground. We ship all over the United States and out of the country.
The Pacific Northwest is one of the largest producing areas for Christmas trees. Also high on this production list are the states of the Great Lakes region, the northeastern United States, along with the fast-growing Christmas tree operations in California and in the South. Over 30 million Christmas trees are cut and sold in the United States each year, harvested from 500,000 acres now planted in Christmas trees throughout all parts of the nation. Some of the operations are huge, such as the Kirk Company Farm in northern Wisconsin. It provides work for 1,200 part-time employees throughout its 10,000 acres of trees, with an annual harvested crop of about 600,000. And it all culminates in one of the largest Christmas tree yards in the world. Also in Wisconsin, in the Wautoma region, Ron Campbell of the Campbell Tree and Land Company exemplifies the large corporate approach to Christmas tree farming.
Trees are a crop. Christmas trees are planted specifically for Christmas trees. See, all trees need well-drained soils. There's no trees that like to keep their feet very wet. And here we have the sandy soils that are necessary to grow good Christmas trees. You get a very hardy tree in the north because it's able to withstand the cold and harsh winters. It also gets a little tougher. Their needles stay on a little bit better. We're mainly growing Scotch pine and white pine.
And in the same neighborhood as the big operation, we also have the small family farm, such as the 100-acre Swan Farm in northern Wisconsin, an operation that is in every way a joyous family affair.
My name is Norma Swan. I'm married to David Swan, and we raise balsam Christmas trees. Now, my husband has always been in partnership with his brother Clifford, so the tree farm actually involves two families, and all the family, the children and the grandchildren, all get into the act when we're really busy around here. We live in north central Wisconsin, and we're at the highest point in the state of Wisconsin. Now, I think that's something that is very conducive to growing good balsam trees because we don't have trouble with early spring frost. We always take care of the tops of our trees with these little hand pruners, little clippers. And then after shearing comes tagging. We have to tag the trees to know how many we're going to have available for sale. And then we start harvesting our trees. And that's the most fun time of the year, I think.
The state of Michigan is another cornerstone of this north-central area. A neighbor of Wisconsin's, Michigan is one of the largest single-state producers of Christmas trees. Michigan ships its trees to the south, to the northeast, and to all parts of the nation.
My name is Fred Strathmeyer. I'm a Christmas tree grower from Pennsylvania. We grow trees on perhaps 600 acres, and we market between 30 and 40,000 trees a year. We ship a lot of trees to Long Island, Washington area is a good market. In the Northeast, we actually have to import trees. Because of the great density of people in the East, Pennsylvania can't grow enough trees for the Northeast.
Well, I'm Tommy Butel. We're in the mountains of North Carolina. I'm a Fraser fir grower. Well, Fraser fir is an alpine tree, and it grows on the tops of the highest mountains here in southern Appalachia. It's a tree that likes a lot of rainfall, cool temperatures, grows naturally over 6,000 feet on top of the Smoky Mountains and a few other of the high ranges around here. It's kin to the balsam fir. It is known for holding its needles extremely well after it's cut. It's got a dark green foliage and the needles are stiff. The limbs are stiff. It holds ornaments extremely well.
And the Christmas tree growing industry has spread into the deep south, too. Activities range from small family farms to larger choose-and-cut operations to big industry-leading plantations that are breaking new ground in tree-growing agricultural research.
I'm Thomas Marvin Toller. I'm 15. My name is Russ Toller. I'm 18. It takes almost 7 years, close to 7 years to be a full tree, and the Virginia pine takes 4 years to be a full tree. A lot of people try the other trees, but the Virginia pine holds up the ornaments, the limbs are stronger, and they tend to grow better in the South.